So you might as well just go ahead and stop this video if you don't plan on loving yourself. Hello, ladies, and welcome back to the L Pod, where we grow into the women we are destined to be, one step at a time. If you are new here, my name is Latricia, and if you are familiar, hey. So today we'll be discussing womanhood, the basic things you need to know about becoming a woman. And we all know where it starts: your menstrual. That is when you officially step into womanhood, y'all. And this is such a big topic for me because I grew up in a household where my dad raised us, right? And my sister, my oldest sister, was only 2 years older than me. So she was barely turning into a woman herself. And she taught me everything I needed to know and researching as well. So videos like this helped me a lot because I did not have a mother figure who was showing me step by step on how to do certain things or telling me, informing me about certain things I will be going through and how to overcome those, how to prevent those problems. There's always a solution, my ladies. So the first thing we'll be talking about is our menstrual. Yes, our menstrual cycle. Of course, you know, there's 4 parts of the menstrual, but we'll be specifically today talking about your menstruation cycle, your menstrual, where you're bleeding. We'll be talking about ways to prevent bleeding through your pants, how to stay ready so you don't gotta get ready, those different type of things when pertaining your menstrual. Ladies, keep you extra pads, tampons, cups if you use cups. I don't use cups, but cups if you use cups. Keep you an extra sanitizer on you, okay? You never know when you're going to start your period, ever. I know we use these little apps and stuff, but sometimes your apps could be wrong. You can have an irregular period, y'all. I know y'all are like, for my newbies, my women stepping into womanhood, my new girls, okay? I know some of y'all are like, what? My irregular period? Yes, you can have an irregular period. That means that your period comes on and off whenever it chooses. It doesn't have an exact time or date it comes on. You know how somebody might get their period on the 4th, and every month on the 4th, they get their period? No, that's not. You may miss a month and then get yours on the 6th or the 10th instead of the 4th. You get what I'm saying? So that's an irregular period. And we want to prevent any hiccups during those times. So we don't want to be bleeding through our pants. We don't want to only have one sanitizing pad on us or one tampon on us. We want to stay ready, okay? So make sure you always keep a sanitizing pad or a tampon or a cup in your purse, in your car, in your locker. Always make sure they are near you. You could keep a few in your car if you're on the road. You could keep a few in your purse if you're going to somebody's house or going to a hair appointment or a nail appointment. And you could keep some in your locker just in case you ran out of some in your book bag and now there's some in your locker. So you're not sitting on an old pad all throughout your day. We don't want that. That could cause infections and it can cause a really bad odor. So we want to change our pads every 30 minutes to an hour. Some women change them every time they use the restroom, but me, I'm more sensitive down there, so I have to keep up with mine. I have to change mine every 30 minutes to an hour. In my heavy bleeders, you guys could change yours whenever you feel is necessary. If that's 20 minutes, if that's sometimes 15 minutes. I'm not sure how every woman bleeds. I just am speaking from existence and from conversations I had with other women. So yes, make sure you always keep you some pads, some tampons, or a cup on you so that you're never not ready, okay? Our second one, it will be basic hygiene, okay? Ladies, with your girly, you should not be using anything scented, period. I don't care what somebody done told you. I don't care what you done watched on social media. Do not use scented things on your girl area. Lotions, soaps, it don't matter. Don't use it down there. Scented pads, scented tampons, don't use them down there. We want to keep it as organic as possible. We don't want to put all these chemicals up us. It's going to lead to nothing but BV, yeast, and constant infections. We don't want that. So if you want to keep her fresh, clean, and you're not irritated when you use the restroom or when you're sleeping at night, make sure you're not using anything scented down there. That goes for Nair. I don't care what the bottle says. Don't use it in that area, especially if you're a scented girly, because just the smell of the Nair could cause you to get an infection. Some U-Hauls are different than others, but I'm telling you from experience, you don't want to use Nair down there if you want to take precautions, because you will wake up itchy, okay? Or immediately start to get itchy. We don't want to use those type of things on our girl area. If you have scented pads, go ahead and throw them out. Go get you some organic ones. I know a lot of people talk about how garbage the organic ones are, but me personally, I love them. I think they talk about how garbage they are because they don't last as long as a regular pad. And I think that's because, okay, so let's use this example. You know how you go to the store and you get bread? Try making bread at home. Get them at the same time, put them in the shelves. Watch which one gets mold on it faster. The organic one, the one you made at home, is going to get mold on it faster because it doesn't have all these preservatives and chemicals in it. That's kind of like the pads. The ones that have all the chemicals in it is going to last longer and hold more blood than the ones that don't. Okay, so I'm just informing you for your health. I'm not a health advisor, but for your health, from experience and talking to other women, go ahead and get you the organic pads. They're going to do you just right. If you can't afford it, I understand. But if you can, just go the extra mile, change your pad every 30 minutes to an hour. It's not that serious. We want it fresh down there, okay? Also, with our soaps, stop using antibacterial soap on your girl part. You shouldn't be doing that. Anything that smells, any antibacterial anything, do not use it on your private part. That is going to cause you to have UTIs, yeast, like I said, BV, all different types of things, because it's throwing off your pH balance. You're trying to keep up with these trends, going on social media, look it up. The best thing for you is warm water and a rag. And if you don't want to use warm water and a rag, use Dove scented free soap, nothing else. Or you could do even better and go get you some vaginal soap. But me personally, I just use warm water and a rag. My GYN said that was the best thing I could do because I am super sensitive down there. And I got a GYN in at UAB. If y'all don't know, that's one of the best hospitals in this country. So I'm informing you. I was told this by 2 different gynos. Just warm water and a rag will do you justice. That's the best thing you could do for your girly, okay? Warm water and a rag. Not even your girly. If you don't want her bald, keep up with her maintenance. Trim her, okay? I know a lot of us don't like a bald because we also hear that it causes infections and this, that, and the third, but so does hair because it builds up bacteria. Trim it. Every now and then, again, trim it. So you don't want a full bush down there that's trapping bacteria. We don't want that because, again, you would cause yourself to get infections. So don't keep a big old bush. Make sure you trim it down, okay? Listen, don't hate me. I'm just the messenger. Trim it down. That goes for your armpits as well. Trim your armpits, girls. Trim your armpits. If you don't want to shave it all the way down, again, just like your girly, make sure you trim it. because it's going to trap bacteria and the odor is going to smell. Exfoliate your armpits and your girly. You don't want dead skin. Again, it's going to create an odor that you do not want, that is not attractive at all to you or to other people. So in order to prevent that, exfoliate, remove the dead skin, and make sure you keep your hairs trimmed. Okay, same with your legs, same with your feet. Make sure you're exfoliating your body. Next is your deodorant. Make sure you find a deodorant that works for you. Some people are different, but I go with clinical strength every time, okay? Because it is a long-lasting deodorant that is meant for people who sweat a lot, and your girl just happens to sweat a lot. Even when I'm sitting inside on the couch, I just sweat. So I make sure, in order to protect myself from smelling terrible, to put my clinical strength deodorant on. Me personally, I use the Degree Ultra Clear Black and White Pure Clean. When I tell you guys it works, it works. I don't smell like onions or garlic throughout the day, okay? Sweating, going outside, going to the park, carrying a 30-pound baby around, none of that. And if you guys know about the toddlers, you know about them, okay? I still smell fresh and clean. So find you a deodorant that works for you. Make sure that it works even throughout you sweating. Again, test different deodorants, see what works for you. Don't just stock up on a whole bunch of the same deodorant and then you find out later that it's not what you want. Experiment, okay? Because you're learning something new about yourself. Your body always changes, especially as you're getting older. So try different things, see what works for you, and go from there. Next is your feet. Yeah, I had terrible foot odor. It's not even funny. I was so insecure about it. I was like, what is wrong with me? Because I told you guys I sweat a lot. And then I was constantly wearing shoes because of the jobs that I have. So it was just trapping the moisture inside of the shoe. And my feet was just sitting in sweat. And it created bacteria buildup. And when you have a buildup of bacteria, it creates a foul smell. And then on top of that, my skin gets dry really fast and turns into dead skin. And that was making it smell even worse. So I started doing my research. And again, your girl, I like to do organic things instead of putting a whole bunch of chemicals on my body. And I ran across this man putting baking soda inside of his shoes. He was a man working in construction, and he put baking soda inside of his shoes. So I was like, okay, let me try that. I put baking soda inside of my shoe. I scrubbed my feet with antibacterial Dow soap. I put a sock on my foot, and then I put it in the shoes with a little bit of that baking soda in it. I let my feet sit in the shoe for 4 hours. And after that, I never had a smell again. I dumped the baking soda out after I wore it for those 4 hours, and then put a little bit of baking soda in all my shoes, let it sit for 2 hours or overnight, dumped them out the next morning, and wore all my shoes. I never had a smell again. Never. And I also was keeping up with my skin on the bottom of my feet as well, making sure I give myself at-home pedicures and things like that. If you're having any type of foot odor, that would be my best advice to you, because when I tell you my foot odor was severe, it was severe. You guys would never want to. I was embarrassed to take my shoes off around other people in the car. No. After a long day at work, I didn't even want to take my shoes off in the car. That should tell you something, okay? So your girl did that little at-home remedy, and it cleaned it all up. It's been well over 6 months since I had foot odor. And like I said, I sweat and still nothing. So make sure you wash your feet with antibacterial soap first. Dry it off, completely dry it. You don't want no moisture, because you're already going to create moisture from your sweat. Put your foot in a sock. Then put it in that shoe with baking soda. You're good. You don't have to worry about foot odor again. comment down below, come back to this video, comment down below, and let me know if it worked for you, because it definitely worked for me, okay? Next thing we're going to be talking about is keeping up with your hands and feet. We was just talking about feet, so I don't gotta go over that again, but girlies, keep up with your hands. If you can't go get your nails done, I'm not going to get my nails done every 2 weeks to a week. I just don't got it like that yet, so we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do though is make sure I go and I file my nails, trim my cuticles, and put a clear coat on. And if I don't put a clear coat on, it still looks well put together, like I'm clean, okay? We don't want dirt under our nails. We don't want food under our nails. We want to keep up with our hands. Make sure you're moisturizing them and they're not cracky. We, again, want to keep up with our hands and our feet. That is a reflection of us, of our hygiene. That's the first impression people get off of your hygiene is your hands and your feet. So let's keep up with them, okay? Now we're going to talk about if you look good, you feel good. And like I said, it's just as simple as that. If you look good, you feel good. Girl, if you start your morning off waking up early, brushing your teeth, washing your face, and putting yourself together, putting on your daily jewelry, it don't got to be nothing fancy. Put on a little bit of makeup, nothing too much. Doing something to your hair and putting on an outfit, even if you're not going out, put on a cute lingerie or something. You're going to make yourself feel good. You're going to feel good. You're going to want to accomplish things throughout the day because you have a boost of energy. When you don't look good, you lack confidence, you lack energy. Why are you going to want to do something if you're sitting here on your phone, still in the bed with your bonnet on, breath stank? You're just going to want to bed rot. When you actually get up and put effort into yourself, you're going to put effort into the day. That goes for if you're a mom, for your kids, that's if you're a student, for your schoolwork, if you're a business owner, for your business. You get what I'm saying? You're just going to want to achieve things, accomplish things because you went in a little step this morning and got yourself together. So now you feel like you can accomplish anything. That is a very big one in mind because again, we are trying to win. We are trying to become the women we always dreamed of. So in order to do that, we have to step outside of our comfort zone and do things that normally we don't do, and maybe that is putting ourselves together because again, if you look good, you feel good. And if you go back to my last video, it goes to tell you how people treat you also when you look good. It looks like you care about yourself, okay? When you put a little effort into the way you look, when you go out to the grocery store or when you post yourself on social media, people start to take you a little more serious. People start to care about you and treat you with respect because it looks like you care about you and it looks like you respect yourself, okay? You also avoid it. It's like you're avoiding the negative people as well because they don't want nothing to do with you. They just can't get next to you. It's just not in them to be able to say something to you because you look like you respect yourself, okay? And in the long run, that's going to benefit who? You, girl, okay? Next is self-love. Just self-love. Love yourself. Love yourself. And this kind of piggybacks off the one I just said. Love yourself. Pour into yourself. If you pour into yourself, you're going to have enough to pour into everybody else. You can't pour into nobody else if your cup is constantly empty. Take time to actually figure out who you are, to love you, girl. Like, nobody else is going to love you the way that you love you, period. No matter how hard you fight for it, no matter what you do for them or go through to show them that you love them, nobody is going to love you the way that you love you. So when you're dealing with yourself, you need to come at you with the utmost respect and have high standards for yourself. Because if you have high standards for yourself, that means that you're able to have high standards for everybody else, okay? And again, when you love you, you give everybody else no option but to treat you with that same love or treat you with that same respect. And anything lesser than, they can kick rocks and hit the door. Okay? And that's just what it is. If you do not love you, you are going to be a target for the enemy. And we don't want that. You're not going to elevate. You're not going to get anywhere in life. If you don't love you, you're not going to be confident. You need confidence in order to conquer certain things. You need to hold your head high when you walk in a building, okay? And that comes with self-love. That comes with digging deep within and loving all your flaws, all of your mistakes, and healing from them, girl. If you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. I recommend therapy. I've been to therapy and when I was younger, and it helped me out a lot. And I'm actually looking back into getting into therapy because that daily or that bi-weekly somebody letting you know, hey, this is what's going on with you, and you hearing yourself from another person's point of view is really going to make you lock in. It's really going to make you lock in. You ain't going to have no other choice but to lock in, okay? And I vouch for that. I love when I see a girly going to therapy because, yes, take care of your mental. Take care of your mental because nobody else is going to do it for you. Okay, if you need somebody else to talk to somebody who's actually going to not give you a biased opinion. And that's just how I feel about mental health, self-care, love yourself. Go get yourself dolled up. Go buy you something new when you accomplish something. If you can't buy you something new, go take yourself on a mini park date, okay? You don't always have to go out with somebody else in order to feel important, in order to feel loved. Sometimes you need to sit alone. Okay, sometimes you just need to sit there and just your aura. And if you can't do that, what you're not going to get anywhere because you don't love yourself. And that shows just by you not being able to be alone. When you're finally able to be alone, that's when you've came to the point where, okay, I'm okay with me. I'm okay with myself. I'm okay with where I'm at right now. Yes, I know I could improve, and everybody should always be willing to improve. But right now, I'm loving me and I like me. I actually really do like me. Okay. And the moment you come with that energy is the moment you can accomplish everything again, y'all. Because you can't do any of these things that I just went over without having self-love, without loving yourself. You're not going to be able to do any of these things that I just said. You're not going to be able to keep up with your hands and feet and your basic hygiene needs. You're not going to care about what you put on or in your body. You're not going to care about any of those things. So you might as well just go ahead and stop this video if you don't plan on loving yourself. Okay, because once you love yourself, you become a better version of you. And that's what we need. That's what all of us needs. So look yourself in the mirror, write affirmations around your house. You got it, girl. You look good. Whatever makes you feel good throughout the day. You don't need compliments from anybody else. Compliment yourself. All your goals, all your dreams, all your ambitions, tell them to yourself and let yourself know, yes, I am going to have that. Nobody else has to agree. Everybody else could think that, those dreams are crazy, unrealistic. Well, that's too bad because I believe in them, because I love me and I think I could accomplish it. I don't need nobody else's love, just me and God. Okay? And you would get a lot further in life than you ever have. So make sure you're looking yourself in the mirror like you're that girl. Anyways, y'all, those are all that you should do to welcome yourself into womanhood. And to all my young ladies, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button down below and join us on this journey of becoming a better woman. Bye, y'all.